If you've already mastered the basic combos and beaten all the villains in the Marvel Universe, it's time to go further. Marvel Cosmic Invasion hides layers of strategies, advanced mechanics, and secrets that can turn any player into a true master of cosmic combat. Today, I'm going to reveal 10 tips that can change the way you approach the game. I'm Matthew, and the video is about to start. This infinite combo tip is one of those you discover by accident and then can't stop using. I remember exactly the first time I saw that swarm of bees appear at the end of the New York stage, that red danger indicator flashing, and everyone running desperately. That's when I decided to test Beta Ray Bill, just to see what would happen if I insisted on the first punch in the right corner. The result? A meme-worthy madness. What impresses me most is how the game allows this type of strategic abuse. Spamming the first punch, with that slight pause between each hit, makes the juggle work perfectly. The enemy is literally stuck in the air, and when you finish with the sweeper, the infinite wall bounce happens as if it were an endless loop. It's surreal to see the numbers going up, the hits exceeding 2,000, and the hero's level exploding in seconds. It even seems like the game is laughing along with you. Best of all, in addition to leveling up instantly, you also guarantee the maxed out superhero trophy without having to sweat much. It's one of those achievements that you show to your friends, and everyone is like, "How so? Is that possible?" But it's real, and it works on any attempt, as long as you get the timing and position right. The right corner is essential, and Beta Ray Bill is the perfect character for it. There's a vibe of secret discovery in all of this, as if you found an Easter egg hidden in the middle of the chaos. After you master this combo, the rest of the game seems easier because you already know that there are these creative loopholes that make the experience even more fun. And of course, it gives you that sense of power, of mastering the system in a way that even the developers didn't imagine. This tip of focusing on level 5 in the Hero Lab is the kind of thing that changes the way you see the game. When you realize that it's not just about reaching level 10, but about what unlocks along the way, level 5 becomes practically a power checkpoint. It seems like a small step, but it's there that the hero starts to show who they really are within your team. The funny thing is that many people run straight to the level cap, completely ignoring the absurd spike that happens at 5. Each hero gains their own passive, and this directly affects the rhythm of the fight. When you see things like a damage buff on beam after the special, or a passive that accelerates the focus refill, you realize that you're not just increasing status numbers, you're unlocking gameplay identity. That's why it's so worth it to farm the first stages. The initial stages are quick, predictable, and perfect for you to repeat in semi-automatic mode while testing different heroes. In a few runs, you can put several characters at level 5 and feel in practice how each passive completely changes what you do on the field, whether it's fitting specials more frequently or abusing damage setups. The good feeling is that this focus on level 5 transforms the Hero Lab into something more strategic, not just a pretty menu. You start thinking about synergy. Who recharges focus faster? Who explodes with beam after the special? Who holds the front line better? Suddenly, assembling the team stops being picking your favorite hero and becomes which combination of passives makes my playstyle as broken as possible. In the end, prioritizing level 5 is almost like turning on an advanced mode within the game itself. You're not just getting stronger, you're unlocking new ways to play, experimenting with builds, and discovering that the same hero can have a completely different playstyle just because of a single passive. And that's when Marvel Cosmic Invasion stops being just a fun beat-em-up and starts to look like a hero experimentation toy. Marvel Cosmic Invasion isn't just a button-mashing beat-em-up. It's a game that rewards you for mastering timing and screen reading. The swap with L1, LB, L becomes almost a modern parry. That split second of invincibility is perfect for getting through a mini-boss's annoying grab, a giant laser, or an area explosion that would normally delete you from the screen. When you start using the swap not only to switch heroes, but as an active defense and still recover that red HP, the game levels up instantly. The feeling of escaping a boss's grab just by swapping in the last frame is delicious. it feels like you tricked the game. Instead of accepting the damage and falling to the ground, you enter with the second hero already ready to continue the combo as if nothing had happened. And on top of that, you recover health that you would have lost for good. This defensive use of Cosmic Swap makes the fights more aggressive because you feel safe to stay closer to the enemies, knowing that you have an emergency button up your sleeve. The offensive part comes in strong when you start holding the swap button and using assist attacks. That's when the system really shines. Calling, for example, a control hero like Spider-Man to fill the screen with webs, lock the enemy in place, and you follow up the main combo with the active character turns any wave into a playground. You can use the assist as a combo extension, as a juggle setup, or even as cover to enter melee without taking a counterattack. When the focus is full and you engage the dual ultimate by holding L1 plus R1, it feels like the game gives you official permission to erase the boss's bar. The visual impact is great, but what really makes a difference is how this resource fits into your rotation. You use Cosmic Swap to escape, assist to control the screen, fill focus in the middle of all this chaos, and close the dance with a dual ultimate that melts the boss's life. When this fits together perfectly, the fight seems choreographed. Mastering Cosmic Swap is almost like learning a new game within Marvel Cosmic Invasion itself. From a switch hero button, it becomes a survival tool, combo extension, and dual super special detonator. After you get used to using swap iframes, assist attacks, and dual ultimate as parts of the same flow, going back to playing straight, without thinking about it, feels like you're leaving half of the game's potential on the table. Breaking the yellow overshields first is a lesson we learn by suffering. Who has never unleashed a beautiful ultimate right in the boss's face, with animation and everything, only to see the life bar not even move because the shield tanked everything? It's too frustrating. The tip of focusing on specials and rushes to melt this armor before spending the heavy resources is not just optimization, it's what separates a fun fight from a boring and dragged out marathon. When you understand that the yellow shield is basically a doorman that doesn't let you have fun, the priority changes. Instead of arriving hitting with everything, you enter guard break mode. Quick specials and rush attacks are perfect for this because they have a volume of hits and constant pressure, which destabilizes the shield much faster than slow and heavy blows. It's almost a mini-game within the fight. First, you peel the enemy, and only when the real HP bar appears is that the party really begins. The difference in fight time is absurd. Ignoring the shield and trying to win by brute force makes the bosses seem like infinite damage sponges. You hit, and the fight doesn't move forward. But when you focus on exposing real life, the combat gains a much more satisfying rhythm. A phase of technical pressure to break the defense, followed by an explosion of damage with your ultimates and strongest combos. That's when the game shines, when you feel you deserved that massive damage because you played intelligently. This mechanic also teaches you to value the timing of your resources. Saving the ultimate for the right moment becomes an essential strategy. There's no point in having the most beautiful special in the game if you're going to waste it on a rechargeable barrier. Knowing how to hold the nervous finger and wait for the exact moment when the shield breaks is what makes you feel in control of the fight and not just reacting to what the boss does. In the end, respecting the yellow overshield is respecting your own time. Marvel Cosmic Invasion becomes much more dynamic and less repetitive when you play with the mechanics and not against them. Tearing down this barrier quickly transforms bosses that would be tiring into fun punching bags and leaves you free to use your best moves when they're really going to hurt. This hidden dash attack is exactly the kind of thing the game never really explains to you, but once you discover it, it becomes a must-use button in Marvel Cosmic Invasion. Forward twice plus attack seems simple, but it completely changes how you deal with a screen full of enemies. Suddenly, instead of walking up to the target and getting hit by projectiles along the way, you just engage the run and cross the entire space, sticking to the guy who thought he was safe on the other side. What makes this move so addictive is the wide hitbox. It's not just a cute dash, it's an aggressive entry that catches several aligned enemies and also serves to cut the animation of a mob that was about to shoot or charge. When you start using the dash attack as an offensive counterattack for ranged and charges, the game changes pace. Instead of being on the defensive dodging everything, you read the enemy charging the blow and immediately engage the dash in his face to cancel the attack. In crowd control, it is pure gold. That classic situation, 3 enemies in a line, a shooter behind, and you on the opposite side of the screen. Normally, this would turn into a mess, but with dash attack, you enter tearing through the group, knocking down anyone in the way, and starting a combo as soon as it connects. It's perfect for opening a fight against a large pack, especially in higher difficulties, where standing still exchanging blows is not an option. The most fun part is how it interacts with aerial juggles. Many times, you launch the enemy into the air, lose a little distance or angle, and it seems like the combo will drop. That's where the dash attack comes in. You run, connect at the last possible height, and rescue the juggle as if it were a stylish reset. You can create a combo route just thinking about launcher, dash, continue in the air, and this leaves each character with a very pleasant cadence to learn. And we can't forget how much it saves in the corner. Being cornered in a beat 'em up is almost a death sentence if you don't have a mobility tool. The dash attack becomes exactly that escape valve. You use the momentum to cross the group, or, at least, open enough space to breathe and reposition. When this command enters your muscle memory, stopping using it seems impossible, because the game becomes less about getting beaten up cornered, and more about dancing across the screen, forcing your way through. In the campaign, broken crates and defeated enemies drop food all the time, and collecting this becomes an essential tool to bring partners back instantly when they fall. It's especially liberating in tense moments, where a downed ally would mean restart or a much more difficult solo fight. What I love is how it removes that constant pressure of, I can't lose anyone. Instead of playing super conservative with the whole team, you focus on the chaos of the screen, knowing that you have a quick reset up your sleeve. Just grab the right drop. Usually the biggest one replenishes the main character's life and still revives the secondary one, and the hero comes back 100% ready for the fight. Perfect for when a boss combo catches you off guard or a surprise wave corners you. In co-op, this shines even more, because you don't depend only on the human partner not to die. Each one can collect their own drops and revive the other without breaking the rhythm of the fight. Already in solo, it transforms high difficulties into something manageable. You play aggressively, accept some calculated risks, and use the natural revives of the game to maintain the momentum. It's as if the drop system was designed to encourage experimentation without punishing mistakes so much. There's a vibe of subtle management in all this, which makes the beat 'em up more strategic. You start paying attention to the crates that spawn in specific corners, or prioritize enemies that drop items in large waves. Suddenly, clearing the screen is not just survival, but also preparation for the next revive. And the best part? It costs nothing beyond attention, unlike limited consumables in other games. In the end, mastering the food drops changes the panic for total confidence. Marvel Cosmic Invasion is already fun in the chaos, but knowing that downed allies are temporary and easy to fix lets you play to the limit without fear. It's a simple mechanic that rewards those who explore the environment, perfect for chaotic co-op or solos where every second counts. Pause move list is that trick that the game buries on purpose to make you discover the real depth of Marvel Cosmic Invasion. In the middle of a stage, you pause and go to this tab to reveal advanced specials that the tutorial completely ignores, like rising attacks to keep aerial juggles rolling endlessly. It's as if each hero had a secret kit waiting to be unearthed, and studying by character changes the combat from basic to something that looks like a fighting game disguised as a beat 'em up. I lost hours just browsing these lists because each hero has variations that transform the entire playstyle. A rising uppercut that catches the enemy in the air and continues the combo, a dash cancel that nobody mentions, parries hidden in button holds. It's all there, just waiting for you to pause and pay attention. When you internalize this for your main, suddenly waves that killed you become routine, because now you have tools to control the space and the timing like a pro. The impact on the combats is immediate and addictive. Instead of spamming normal attacks and hoping the combo connects, you plan routes: launcher to the air, rising attack to reset height, advanced special to close. Each hero gains their own identity. Some shine in infinite juggle, others in ground mix-ups. And testing this makes you go back to the campaign just to practice. It's what separates the casual player from the one who dominates the entire roster. Studying the move list by hero becomes almost a ritual. You pick Nova, see the beams with aerial follow-ups, switch to Wolverine, and discover feral throws that juggle multiple enemies. It's not boring grind, it's exploration that rewards curiosity. And after that, going back to autopilot seems like a waste of time. Perfect for arcade mode, where every frame counts for high score. In the end, this simple tab proves that Marvel Cosmic Invasion hides layers for those who seek. Pausing to check moves is not laziness, it's cheat code for insane combats where you dictate the rhythm. After mastering the hidden ones, the game stops being just a brawl and becomes a showcase of skill, hero by hero. This tip is one of those that seem simple, but make a huge difference in practice. When the game marks certain heroes with that glow in specific missions, it's not for nothing. They are basically the favorites of the stage, with abilities and attributes that fit better in the types of enemies and obstacles. Choosing these characters gives a feeling of natural fluidity, as if the game was talking to you. Go this way, this hero was made for this. Ignoring this glow may even work, but it usually makes the mission slower and more convoluted. The flight resource completely changes the rhythm of the challenges. Characters like Nova and Storm are a gift when the map is full of hazards. Those annoying traps like stomping or swarms of insects. While terrestrial heroes suffer dodging danger by danger, those who fly simply ignore all this. It's like playing with the skip obstacles mode activated. The cool thing is to see how the design of the stages gives space for these differences. When you understand the pattern, you start assembling strategies that seem like natural speedruns. Already in the missions with pits or tosses, where it is necessary to throw enemies into holes or perform specific throws, the mechanics change again. Here comes the tip of the grabs of Wolverine and She-Hulk. Many people think that only the complete throw movement counts, but no. The simple act of grabbing and starting the movement already serves to score. This opens space to use these characters in a faster and safer way, without needing to risk the perfect positioning on the edge of a hole. This type of detail shows how refined the game's combat system is. It rewards those who pay attention to the properties of the abilities, not only in the damage or in the visual. It's like learning the secret language of Marvel Cosmic Invasion, understanding what each mission is asking for and responding with the right team. The game becomes more tactical, and each attempt becomes a test of reading and adaptation. In the end, it's this combination between visual recommendation, mastery of flight, and intelligent use of grabs that transforms the common gameplay into something truly strategic. It gives pleasure when everything fits, when you realize that you are not just playing, but interpreting the game on another level. This tip is perfect for those who want to optimize runs and show mastery not only of the characters, but of the subtleties of the design. The game gives a feeling of constant progression, but those who play longer realize that there is a natural limit when everything starts to get maxed out and predictable. That's when the reset comes into play. You reset the hero, start fresh, and at the same time, open space to test new builds. This feeling of starting over with accumulated knowledge is addictive. It's like rediscovering the character with another mentality. The fact that the reset allows you to farm XP and infinite cubes is what transforms this from a simple mechanic into a strategic tool. If you have a favorite hero, you can basically keep him in constant rotation, earning rewards with each progress loop. This makes the grind more fun, because it's not just repetition, it's experimentation with purpose. It's especially useful when new patches or buffs come up, and you want to see how an old build behaves with new conditions. Now, the part of combining the reset with the challenge of the 2000 hits is where the tip really shines. Making long combos is already an art, and with the reset, you can take advantage of the XP boost to level up multiple levels at once. It's almost like accelerating an extreme training phase. You feel the character evolve in real time, which gives that feeling of immediate growth. It's a cycle that mixes technique with visual reward, and this keeps the rhythm of the game exciting even after dozens of hours. The coolest thing about this approach is the freedom. Marvel Cosmic Invasion, despite the grandiose name and full of events, has very personal moments when it comes to building your heroes. The reset gives the chance to rediscover forgotten combinations, those smaller synergies that may not shine in the meta, but create a unique gameplay. It's the type of resource that transforms an okay hero into a fun character again, just because you approached him in another way. Using the reset as a mastery tool is something that separates the casual player from the strategist. It's a way to keep the game always new, to take advantage of what before was a limit and transform it into infinite potential. And when you see your hero being reborn several times, each time more sharpened, each combo of 2000 hits starts to have a different meaning. It's not just a number, it's the reflection of all your persistence and curiosity within this universe. Unlocking the arcade modifiers in the Cosmic Matrix is what transforms Marvel Cosmic Invasion from a cool beat-em-up into an infinite playground of experimentation. You collect cosmic cubes hidden in the campaign stages, those collectibles that many people ignore. Take them to the vault and access the Matrix with about 10 insane modifiers waiting to be released. It's as if the game gave you the keys to customize the difficulty of the arcade mode the way you want, whether to facilitate high scores or to challenge yourself to death. The process is addictive because each cube you pick up becomes a strategic choice in the Matrix. Doppelgangers that clone enemies for more chaos, vampire that sucks life from the heroes, enemy wave multiplier that multiplies waves for absurd score. Each one changes the rhythm of the arcade in a unique way. I started testing one at a time, but soon I saw that the real power is in the combinations. Activating unlimited lives with faster enemies creates a crazy race where you survive eternally but need to be perfect to clear the accelerated hordes. These modifiers make the arcade mode shine as the heart of replayability. Instead of just repeating stages for score, you assemble personalized runs. Want to farm points? Go for Vampire plus Wave Multiplier. Want a hardcore challenge? Doppelgangers plus faster enemies. Perfect for those who finish the campaign and want something more, especially in co-op where one partner focuses on control and the other on pure damage under these crazy rules. The hunt for the cubes is already fun in itself, forcing you to explore hidden corners and break everything in the stages. Each one collected unlocks more options in the Matrix, and seeing the board filling up gives that feeling of infinite progress. It's a loop that rewards exploration without boring grind, and leaves the game with legs for months of different runs. The arcade modifiers show how Marvel Cosmic Invasion thinks about longevity. It's not just finishing and dropping, it's customizing your own version of the Marvel chaos for the high scores that you're going to flaunt to your friends. After you test combos like unlimited lives and turbo enemies, going back to vanilla mode seems too boring.
I need more juice. Vibranium blade. Up top. My arc reactor needs to cool down. Loading battle protocol. Interesting. Repulsor blast! arc reactor needs to cool down.